Hello my dear students, this is Shilpi Saxena. Welcome to my channel Learning Hub. So today we are going to learn about MySQL. In this video I'll cover the basic concepts of MySQL, why we use MySQL, what are the commands we can use for handling MySQL, what are the data types we can use in this language. So we will start with what is MySQL. So MySQL is made up of two terms, that is My and SQL. My is the name of daughter of Michael Vagenas, and SQL is the abbreviation of structured query language. This is the language which is used to manipulate the database. So, and the MySQL, why we use MySQL? Because it is a freely available open source relational database management system that uses SQL, that is structured query language. Means this is a language which we can use to create the table, to handle the data, to delete the data, to insert the data into table, to change the data, and so many things we can do using MySQL. So we will start with the types of SQL commands. So these are the different types of SQL commands. We'll start with the first data definition language, that is DDL. As the name indicates, data definition language. See it, this is a 1 marker question or 2 mark. Many times it is asked in 2 marks also, that what is the differentiate between DDL and DML. These are the two types of commands which are in your course. So the first one is DDL. It is data definition language. Whenever we are changing the structure of the table, those commands which we can use to change the structure of the table, those commands comes under DDL, that is data definition language. And commands that are used to handle the data, change the data, manipulate the data, update the data, all these things come under data manipulation language. This is the basic difference between the two. So DDL commands are the commands which can be used to create the table, change the table. Means wherever we are changing the structure of table, there we use data definition language, like create, alter, changing the structure, drop, deleting the table, renaming the table, truncate, comment, and so many things. Similarly, data manipulation language, to insert the data, update, delete, merge. So all these commands are used to handle the data, not the structure. This is the basic difference between DDL and DML. DQL, one command is there, that is select, that is to display the data on the screen, display the data in the table on the screen. We use select command. DCL, that is data control language. This is not in your syllabus, still I'll tell you. It consists of grant and revoke. It is just used for security. If you want to grant permission, basically the privileges, if we want to give privileges to a particular user, read, write, and update. So these privileges we can give using grant command, and revoke can be used to revoke the privileges from the owner. So these are not in your syllabus, but still just for your knowledge I'm telling you that grant and revoke can be used for various privileges on database objects. The next thing is working with MySQL. So now I'll explain you how we can work on MySQL, but before that you need to know that what are all the data types which we can use in MySQL. Means the type of data which you can store in these tables. So these are the data types. Now the first one is numeric. See, in detail I'll not go in much detail. As and when you will use this. These I'm going to explain all the data types one by one, as and when I'm going to use while explaining while using the data. So that time only I'll explain. The basic thing is numeric. Most of the data types you must be aware: int, small int, float, real, double, precision, decimal. All these are common numeric data type. Character, I'll explain. Just hold it for 1 minute. Boolean data type, true, false. These are the Boolean data type. You must be aware. Date and time, as the name tells you, when you want to store the date of birth or the time of entry or something like that, so we use date and time data type. Bit string data type, it is a sequence. Bit string is basically sequence of bits which is used to manipulate the binary data. This is not in your syllabus. And then comes timestamp and interval. Time, it consists of basically time with a date and time with different optional time zone. When we want to use different time zone, we use timestamp. And interval, we use interval to for various temporal functions such as date add, date subtract. These are also not in your syllabus. Just for your knowledge, I'm telling you these two things. Now main thing is character data type. Character data type, we will be using char and varchar both. The difference between two is that char is used whenever we know how many characters will be used. Suppose in varchar we have to define the number of characters. So I have defined in varchar, in char I have defined that I will be using 25 characters. And in name, and I store name Ram. Okay, now I stored name Ram, RAM. So in RAM, how many characters are there? 3 characters, but the memory allotted is 25. So rest 22 characters memory is wasted because it is padded with white spaces when we are declaring the data type as char. Means that whatever the number of characters you are defining in char, it will be used. It will not, means either you are using or you are not using. It will be, if you are not using, it will be wasted because the name will be white padded with the spaces, will be padded with the white spaces. So this 25 characters are used in char. But when we are talking about varchar, if I have stored suppose Ram, in that case only 3 characters will be used, rest 22 characters. These, rather than white space padding, it will release it. That memory will not be holded, it will be released so that we can use it for further purpose. That is why it is known as varchar, that is variable character. Means, again I am going to repeat, in char whatever number of characters we are mentioning, those characters, that particular amount of memory will be used. It will not be released. Either you are using or you are not using, that will be blocked. But in varchar it will be released. So these are the data types. Now how we use MySQL? So I'll show you. First of all, you have to go to the menu, then MySQL. You can see this option, command line client. So this is the SQL window. The password is root. So this password is given at the time of the installation. Mostly it is kept as root. So this is the SQL window. So this is, you can see here the SQL prompt is here. Now here we will start writing commands. The very first command which you have to use is to create the database. You can consider database as a box. So box contains pens and pencils. So what you will do, if you want to keep pen and pencil, first of all you have to take a box, open the box and keep pen and pencils. So box can be considered as database. So first of all you have to take a box, means you have to create a database. So the command is create database and the name of database, any database. Suppose I am making student name database, student2. Each and every command end with a semicolon sign, and it is not a case sensitive language, so you can use capital letter or small letter, both are same. Press enter. Once you will press enter, the command is executed. So semicolon is mandatory. But another thing is that you can write the command in a single line, or you can write a command in multiple lines. So the command will be executed only when the semicolon is encountered. So this is the database is created, means you have taken the box. Now you have to open the box. Open the box and then use it. So to open the box or to use the box, the command is use student2. Now this is the command where the semicolon is not required. In all the other commands we need semicolon. This is the only command which works without semicolon. In all the other commands semicolon is mandatory. Now this box is open. Now you have to put pen and pencils. Pen, pencils are tables. So you have to create the table now. To create the table, command is create table, suppose personal. Now you can write in a single line or you can write in multiple line. I prefer writing in multiple lines, so I'm pressing enter. After this is the create table is the command, and personal is the name of table. This should be user defined name. The same rules we follow in writing the name of table or writing the name of fields, that is columns, that you used to follow in Python when you were creating the variables. Like it should not contain special symbol, it should not have a space. So same rules we follow here. So before we mention the columns, we have to use open bracket. Press enter. Now the first column. See, you can write in single line also. So if you will use multiple lines, it will be easy for you to rectify the error if error is there. So now suppose the first suppose I want to keep it roll number and this data type is integer. After space you have to mention the data type. In integer data type we never write the number of integer number of numbers we will enter. By default it is 11, not more than that. So press enter. After that, suppose name is, we can keep char or we can keep varchar. It is variable name, the number of characters in any name is variable, so I am keeping it 25. After that, suppose father's name, F name, so suppose I am keeping it again varchar, again I am keeping it 25. After that, see, now columns are done. Use inverted commas and semicolon. So this will create a table. Suppose I make a mistake here. Chalo, I forget semicolon. Oh sorry, I forget closing bracket here. Now press enter. It will generate an error. You have an error in SQL syntax. Now you have to retype the command. No, you don't have to retype it. You can use arrow keys. In your keyboard, you just see there are 4 arrow keys. Top arrow, bottom arrow, left arrow and right arrow. You can use top arrow key and go to the previous command. See, I am pressing top arrow key. So you can go to the topmost command. So now I am pressing bottom arrow key. See, one. Now create table. This is the command. Press enter. After that, just drag it. After that, again press enter, bottom arrow key, press enter, bottom arrow key, press enter, bottom arrow key, up top arrow key and press enter. See, here I have not used invert comma, so we can use comma here. After that, okay, here there should be semicolon. Again I have made a mistake. Use semicolon, come out, go there again. Now create table, integer, name, father's name. Now you can just close the bracket. Now see, this in this way you can create the table. You can rectify the error whenever error is there. So you can use arrow key to go to that particular position. You can use left, right, top and bottom arrow key for changing. Now I want to see the structure of table. The command is describe student 1. The table is personal, sorry, describe personal, semicolon. Okay, spelling of describe is wrong. Describe personal. You can see here, you just ignore these things. These are constants which I'll explain. So meanwhile you concentrate on this particular portion. You can see the name of field and data type. Now you want to, if you want to enter the rows in table, you have to use the command insert. I am using capital letter insert into personal. After that, values. Again I am using multiple lines. Insert into is a command, personal is table name, value is the part of command. After that, in the round brackets, you can use, you can give the data. You have to follow the sequence. So first one is roll number, suppose roll number is 1. Then second name, suppose I am keeping the name, and third one is F name, suppose I am writing the name. Okay, so after this you have to press semicolon and press enter. Again there is an error. Okay, rather than comma I have used dot. In this way you can insert the row. If I want to insert another row, again use left arrow key, go to the position, now here you can use, suppose in this way you have inserted 2 rows. Now you want to see the table. See, you have to follow the sequence. There are different ways by which you can insert the data into table, which I'll explain in next video. But meanwhile you understand that initially you have to follow the sequence and insert 1 row at a time. Don't try to insert multiple rows, try to insert 1 row at a time. So now another thing is, when you will go to your lab, you have to create the database once. After that, don't create database again and again. Every time you have to open MySQL and then use whatever name of database is. All the tables you should keep in that particular database only for your practice purpose. Now I want to see the table. Personal. Now you can see the table is made. Every time you can just use the database. Suppose I will just show you. I've closed it. Now MySQL, password is root. Now use student 2. Now I suppose I forget how many all tables I have made it in this database. So you can use the command show tables. If you want to increase the size of font, right click on this bar, properties, font, and then change the font size. Okay. Show tables. Press enter. You can see personal table is there. Now you can again use select star from bracket, select star from personal. Now you can see this table is there. So in this way you can create the database table, and you can use the database, you can see the content of table. So in my next video I'll just tell you more SQL queries and how to use all the commands in MySQL. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you and have a nice day.